Hey, what is going on, guys? Today I am sharing with you my top 5 best Assetto Corsa track mods for the month of July. We are just cruising through 2022, aren't we? I think there is pretty much one of everything on this list, from some more like rural club racing tracks to some street circuits, F1 circuits, and fantasy circuits, and even beyond that as well. So strap yourselves in. Thank you to all of my channel members for their continued support. And if you want to become a channel member and have your name on screen like the rest of these lovely, lovely people, you can for just $1 a month. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into this. We start out at ZWARTKOPS Raceway. I hope I said that right. It's a South African track made by Prototype, and if that name sounds familiar to you, then good. If it doesn't sound familiar to you, then it sure will right now, because this is the same guy who made Kyalami International Circuit here in Assetto Corsa. So I don't know if he lives in South Africa. I'm going to go on a limb and say he does, since his 2 tracks are South African. But this is a really cool, more like rural club racing circuit, something you would go to for like a track day down there in South Africa. It's a 2.4 kilometer track. It's got 37 pit boxes as well, so whatever you want to throw around here, it will surely work. It's a very simple layout as well. It's kind of just like a C, the main straight, and then it kind of just has a bunch of little turns on each side. It almost reminds me of like a very simple karting track in a way, but it's definitely a lot bigger than a karting track. So much work went into this track, as well as the road detail and the curbs. All of the like stages of the curbs, if you will have a different feeling through your wheels. So really cool, really immersive track to drive. And Prototype, he did amazing on Kyalami, and ZWARTKOPS is no exception. You could find this one in the link in the description below. Next up, we're throwing it over to the land of maple syrup. This is the Toronto Indycar exhibition place. Very perfect timing as well to be updated by Tyrone for the Toronto Indy GP weekend. The first time since 2019, I'm pretty sure, since before COVID. 2.8 kilometers long. It's a very fast but tight street circuit, something that is very IndyCar-esque. As I mentioned, it's made by Tyrone. He's the same guy who made the original Jeddah Corniche circuit for Assetto Corsa, as well as the current Las Vegas street circuit for Assetto Corsa. And this 2022 update adds a ton of new details, especially in the road, and overall a bunch of fixes as well. So this thing is really beautiful, and is definitely one of the best street circuits here in AC. You could find this one in the link in the description below. Next up on the list, we throw it to the place of all pain for us Ferrari fans. This is Paul Ricard. So the Pyre extension, great track, but it's quite old. What if we had the one from ACC, a laser scanned version from 2018? Well, thanks to Javier, we have that now. This is an ACC conversion of Paul Ricard. Sadly, it has the old pit lane, but I'm sure some modder will pick it up and change it at some point. It is an absolutely stunning looking track. Of course, coming from ACC, you have that expectation. It features both the F1 chicane layout as well as the Blancpain/GT layout, where it's just one massive long straight. This track is 5.8 kilometers of heaven or hell, depending if you like it. I actually don't mind driving Paul Ricard. I don't think it's the most fun track to drive, but I definitely enjoy it a lot more than other F1 circuits. Overall, this track is absolutely stunning. I would love it if Pyre could make his same extension for this one. We might have to wait till 2023 for that, but it's alright. In the meantime, it has F1 sponsor boards as well, so you will be right at home. You could find this one in the link in the description below. Next up, we have a fictional track. This one is not made by 00, though. This is made by John Harding. It's in version 1.0, and it is Pinwheel Circuit. 5.6 kilometers, a really long track. Like, it's not really long, but longer track, but a really interesting and very fantasy layout with a bridge going over part of the track. So you got like a Suzuka style track. Very weird, wacky layout as well, but overall super high quality. All the trackside details as well as the road surface feel absolutely fantastic, and I can tell a lot of work got put into this thing, so you know I had to cover it. As I've said before, fantasy tracks aren't really my thing normally, and I know they're not a lot of people's thing either, but we make exceptions for 00, and we're also going to make an exception for John here because this is a really fun layout, and the track quality as well is absolutely superb. This was definitely not something made in Racetrack Builder. It also has rain FX and grass FX, which sometimes can be a bit of a rarity in custom tracks, so yeah, super cool to have that here. Overall, super high quality and definitely worth at least a hot lap. You can find it in the race department link in the description below. And finally on this list, we have the Semetin Rally by Simtrax. If you don't know who Simtrax are, I think they do a lot of conversions and enhancements because it says in the description of this track that it's a AC enhanced edition, so I'll take that for what it is. This is a tarmac rally stage, and it is absolutely scary to drive. You are never far away from a tree or a ditch, and overall it's a really pretty one as well. It has a bunch of like rustic little buildings in the background, has a nice little stream running through it as well sometimes. It's a really pretty track, and overall it was a lot of fun to drive, but definitely very scary. I wouldn't recommend playing this one in VR. It's 11.7 kilometers long. It's based in the Czech Republic. I don't know if it's real or not. Apologies if it is. And it also does have a free roam variant as well if you want to take some more road cars on it, not really be doing rally races. For some reason, though, it has 30 pit boxes, which as far as I know, it doesn't have AI, so that's a little interesting. But besides that, it's a really high-quality track, and I guess if someone adds pit boxes to this track, hey, you can have a very interesting, very claustrophobic, dangerous free-roam track. You can find this one in the link in the description below. Even if rally or toge, I guess it could technically be, isn't your thing, then you still gotta try it, man. It's an experience, and especially if you're in a car without TC or ABS, a more classic rally, you're gonna be having some code brown moments, but once you get it right, it is very rewarding. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy, a like and a sub would mean a lot. Thank you so much for the support this year. We have got less than a quarter left to get to 10K. We're at like 7.6 something K, I believe. So thank you guys so much. My goal was to hit 10K by the end of the year, but knock on wood, we might even get it a little bit sooner. So yeah, best car mods, of course, coming out on the 31st. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you get subscribed. Don't want to miss out on that one. And I will see you all in the next one. Have a good one, guys.